wanted to ask you about muta marriage.
Yeah.
Do you practice muta marriage?
Yes.
Do you practice it? Do you practice muta marriage?
Of course.
Can you explain to me?
Okay, basically muta marriage was a marriage that came down in the beginning in the Quran, and it's an agreement between a man and a woman where they both agree, so there's no deception in it or anything like that.
For how long is it?
Okay, so basically it can last from anywhere from, there's no limit to it and there's no minimum. There's no minimum, there's no maximum.
So you can do it for 3 nights, you can do it for 3 hours?
Yes.
You can do it for 90 years?
Yeah, but you have to give her a dowry.
What is that?
A dowry means a present.
You pay her wages?
Basically, you know when you marry
Pay
her,
her something?
yeah, you have to give her something that she's happy with. So it's called the dowry.
Prostitution?
No, it's not. Because what's the difference between marriage and fornication? So if someone gets married and someone who fornicates, the only difference is that one person remembers God's name and the other doesn't.
No, wait.
For example,
muta marriage,
it's nothing to do.
You're already married to someone else, yeah?
No.
You're already married.
Let me explain that. Normal marriage, right?
But that's the Quran. Surah 424 says you're already married.
No. Muta marriage.
And when you want to marry someone else,
No. Muta.
that's called fornication.
There's two types of marriage. There's the permanent marriage and there's temporary marriage.
Yeah, muta is temporary.
Muta is temporary. Those that cannot find permanent marriage, instead of wanking, which is haram.
No. But is that in the Quran?
Let me just explain.
Where?
فليستعفف الذين لا يجدون نكاحا حتى يغنيهم الله من فضله.
No, what chapter and verse?
What surah, what ayah?
Yeah, I think it's Surah An-Nur. It says those that cannot find marriage, let them be chaste. The meaning of chaste in this verse means do mut'a until you find permanent marriage.
That's not what chaste means.
You need
No,
to
but
show us
there's
the
a
verse.
hidden meaning and there's the outward meaning.
Okay, there's a hidden meaning.
Because basically the Quran, the words in the Quran, just like Jesus had 12 disciples, Moses had 12 disciples, Holy Prophet Moses.
Moses is supposed to.
Yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel. Moses had 12, Jesus had 12, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 12.
Modi, I don't want to go like left, right, center, east, west, south. You know, just stay in one place.
Which one?
What chapter is it?
You want the verse of the
Temporary marriage that you just mentioned. Yeah, that those who can't have permanent marriages, they can have temporary marriage.
Okay.
Which chapter and verse is it?
I think it's Surah An-Nur. Surah An-Nur.
Can you tell me the number? Because I don't know the
I
names.
don't know the number, to be honest. So it says فليستعفف الذين لا يجدون نكاحا حتى يغنيهم الله من فضله. Let those who cannot find permanent marriage.
Can I ask you, why are you looking for the verse? Do you pay for your desires, for what you get from the sex?
Let me explain to you. In permanent marriage, when you have permanent marriage, you have to give a woman a dowry, even in permanent marriage.
But muta?
Muta and permanent marriage.
So muta, what are you paying for? Is it for the pleasure you get from it?
Basically, let me explain something to you. When you get married to any woman, even if you're Christian, Jewish or Muslim, do you buy her a ring?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
but
you can.
that's not for pleasure.
But we're asking for pleasure.
What it is.
Would you pay? What are you actually paying for?
What I'm trying to say is that a woman,
You're paying her.
a woman,
You're
there's
giving
rules
a diamond
first.
because you love her.
Yeah, no, but
Nothing to do with sexual
no,
desires.
but remember, there's rules. Look, women. So instead of fornicating, there's a lot of people fornicating today. There's a lot of people. No, it's not because. Okay, what's the difference between halal meat and haram meat? I'm asking.
You tell me.
The difference is that halal meat, you say the word of God and you slaughter it.
So the slaughter is the difference.
From the neck, yeah? But no, but if you don't say the word of God, it won't be halal, would it? Same with marriage.
According to Islam, yeah.
But same with marriage. If you don't say the word of the God, then the woman doesn't become halal.
Let's read Surah 424, but this is where it's derived from. And also prohibited to you are married women, except those whom your right hand possesses. This is the decree of Allah upon you, and lawful to you are all others beyond these, provided that you seek them in marriage with gifts from your property, desiring chastity, not unlawful sexual intercourse. So let me finish. So for whatever you enjoy of marriage from them, give them their wages as an obligation, which is due compensation, and there's no blame upon you for what you mutually agree to be beyond obligation. So you're already married, yeah? But you want someone else. You're desiring someone else.
No, basically,
You're paying the person.
when you read the verse, and you read the translation, first of all, Muslims today are in a big mess Islam is in a mess because no one knows.
That's why you need to.
No one knows how to interpret the verses properly. You've got.
So interpret this one for me. Surah 424.
What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of people that don't know how to interpret the Quran, and when you interpret the Quran, it's important that you get the right interpretation. So there's like, you can't just get it from anyone. You have to get.
Okay, but just give me the interpretation of Surah 424.
So what I'm trying to say, but basically what I'm going to say to you is that every interpretation I get, if I want to know this interpretation, I have to take it back to my scholars. My scholars are different to other people's scholars. Well, you could say that because
You're a Shia.
no, I just say I'm Muslim, but
Yeah, but your scholar is not Sahel Qari. You don't get it from Ibn Abbas.
we take basically
we
take it from.
we stick with the Quran. Because whatever you are, Sunni shit doesn't matter. We're sticking with the Quran. But Surah 424, you are you're already married. Yeah?
No.
And you're desiring to marry someone else.
Okay, basically, let me explain.
And you're paying them wages.
Let me
Why do you pay
explain.
them?
Let me explain. You see, the whole wisdom of God making a dowry is God's wisdom. Now, the benefits of a dowry are many. If you want to look at it from a spiritual point of view, if you want to look at it from a physical point of view, so this is God's wisdom to put a dowry in a marriage. Now, there's nothing wrong with praying. There's nothing wrong with giving a present or a gift. It could be anything when you get married. This is in Christian, Jewish, and Muslim.
Okay, but this is
And non-Muslim.
You're paying them as an obligation. There's no love involved here.
Basically,
Nothing to do with love.
Let me explain.
Mo, can you explain that
Let me
part?
explain.
It's an obligation.
Look, love, when you're talking about love, we can talk about love all day. People can say I fell in love, yeah, I didn't fall in love. When we talk about marriage and love, not everyone that's getting married are in love, for example. And not everyone, and not everyone that loves gets married. You understand?
I know that.
What I'm trying to
But
say
this is Allah's word.
but at the end of the day, the interpretations you're getting in English, are not precise.
Read the Arabic. Here's the Arabic. You read Arabic, right?
والمحصنات من النساء.
Read everything and then comment, yeah?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والمحصنات من النساء إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم كتاب الله عليكم وأحل لكم ما وراء ذلكم إن تبتغوا بأموالكم محصنين غير مسافحين فما استمتعتم. This is متعة. This is the verse of متعة. فما استمتعتم به منهم فآتون أجورهم فريضة ولا جناح عليكم فيما تراضيتم به من بعد فريضة إن الله عليم حكيم.
So you're paying them.
No, let me explain to you.
Right? It's an obligation. Was that a wrong translation?
No. This is the Quran. I read it in Arabic.
I know, but the translation says you're paying them as an obligation.
No, basically,
Sahih International.
what it is, for example, for me to get married, there has to be a dowry. If there's no dowry, there is no marriage. It's fornication.
You're talking about the first marriage.
No.
I'm talking about the muta.
Yeah, muta marriage as well.
Yeah, but muta marriage, you're already married to someone else.
No, one second. The only difference between muta marriage and permanent marriage is that muta marriage has a time period, and the woman does not inherit from you. So, but everything else is the same. So there's only a little bit of difference. So it's basically the same as permanent marriage, but it has a time period. So it's not forever.
So let's compare this, yeah? In Christianity, marriage is between one man and one woman, a husband and a wife.
Yes.
Yeah? Forever. You love one another, you get married. Yeah? The Bible says love your wives as Christ loves the church. He died for her, he gave himself up. Let's compare that with muta marriage, which is Surah 4:24. Yeah? Which is temporary. There's no love involved, there's an obligation. The standard is very high. The biblical standard is very high compared to Surah 4:24.
Let me explain to you. In Muslim as well, there is permanent marriage. Yeah, and then God says when you get married, love will happen between you and your love will happen between you and your husband. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that not everyone can get permanently married. And not every circumstance allows you to get permanently married.
That's not the reason given here.
So instead of wanking, masturbation, which is haram, which is a big sin, it's like having fornication with your mom. That's what we've got. Instead of masturbating, women and men masturbating and using all sorts of dirty things, instead of fornicating, God has sent down the muta marriage, to save people from fornicating.
So did Allah say what you just said?
Sorry?
Did Allah say what you just said?
No, Imam Ali said.
Oh, so Allah didn't say.
No,
I'm going with the
no,
Quran.
Allah said. No, everything.
The reason why He gave this muta marriage.
No, for example, let me say, Imam Ali said, if it wasn't for Umar making muta marriage haram, no one would have fornicated except for a mental or an evil person. You understand?
Okay, but muta is already fornication.
No, it's not. Because you're saying God's name and you're giving a dowry. So how is it fornication?
So, but you're already married.
No,
Sorry.
you're allowed to have marriage.
So then,
Yeah.
where do they give the dowry?
You give your dowry in a muta marriage.
Do you give the dowry or do you give the wages?
Yeah, wages is a dowry.
No, they are different things.
No.
Wages is when you're paying somebody. When you're
I've
paying as an employee, you get paid
How
by
many
your
times
employer.
did you do muta?
I've done
wages.
muta many times, and
How
I get.
many times? You don't even
I don't
remember?
count,
Okay. How many hours or how many days your muta marriage is gone on?
Some of them went on for 1 year, some of them went on for 1 day, some of them went on for less than that. Do you understand?
Okay, so you had a temporary marriage from 1 day, even less than 1 day, to up to 1 year. And you don't even remember how many women you had a muta marriage with. Do you remember how much you paid, for example, the one you had only less than a day?
The wages you pay.
The
How much
wages
did you pay?
is different.
So
One
yeah.
of them was a ring, one of them was money, one of them was.
Okay, so I'm asking for the practical side of it. So how much did it cost for you to have a sex with someone less than a day? Like how much did you pay for that?
Basically, different prices.
Like give me the examples. Don't you even remember? Do you even remember their names?
No,
You don't even remember their names?
How many did
He
you
doesn't
have?
even
Some
remember.
of them was a ring,
How many did you have?
present, a chocolate. One was a chocolate.
Okay, so
I mean,
you
if you had
just a
many,
moment,
then
just a
you
moment, just a moment. I need
gave
to
a
understand that. Okay, Godwin is the expert. Godwin, can I get some help, please?
Yeah, you're the married guy.
No, you are the married one. So, marriage is taking place less than a day, and then for some of the marriage, it's been paid as a chocolate or ring. Okay? Yeah. Let's say they pay the chocolate for that nikah which they had for less than a day.
Yeah.
Do you think that is something is that like perfect idea of the marriage? Because apparently he said the reason Allah with all his wisdom give this solution because man cannot do, what is that word?
Permanent marriage.
Yeah.
Come on, what do you think?
Yeah, because
No,
masturbation
but
is from
he's
Satan.
married.
So I just want to hear from him.
perspective.
Because you had lots of muta wives, he's got only one wife, and I want to hear from his perfect perspective.
Yeah, I mean, for me, adultery is adultery, yes? If I'm married to one woman, then if I desire to be married to someone else, or I engage in going into a marriage or sexual relationship with someone else, it's adultery, it's fornication. So there isn't no kind of, there isn't no other way of looking at it.
But that's according to your law.
So it is according to his principle, and it like as a human he says that.
not according to
Just a
God.
moment, just a moment, just a moment. No, actually that's also according to Christian scripture. I'm just curious for the practical side of it.
Yeah.
So the marriage which you had less than a day, the one you paid the chocolate, what was her name?
I don't want to
Just
say
a
her name because it's not good.
don't.
I don't want to say the word.
Yeah.
I know
Don't
her
worry
name.
about it.
Okay, so you know her.
Aisha,
No.
whatever.
Let's call her Aisha. Okay, I'll call her for the sake of the argument Aisha. Did you check with Aisha after 3 months if she was pregnant or not?
No, because I used protection, innit?
So you use protection. So you cannot. I'm just,
a bit details, but
I'm just trying to understand. Sorry.
If I did have a child, if I did, then that will be my child, and I'll be responsible.
Okay.
And it will be halal child.
So if there was a child,
You never had a child.
No, actually, I did.
You did.
In Iraq.
So you have a child.
No, first I married her muta, and then when I had the child, I had to marry her permanently.
why?
Because in Iraq, the documents, you have to be, you can't, because I had a child and stuff. I changed it.
So if let's say you were in England and the wife whom you married for a day turned up to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Where does it in the Quran it tells you you are responsible for the child.
No. You are responsible for child. It's
No,
in
no,
the
that's
hadith. It's in the
so
hadith.
it's not in the
Allah didn't
Quran.
say it, yes?
It's in the hadith.
So all Allah, with all of His wisdom,
Yeah.
He finds a solution for your sexual desire, but He fails to give the solution
No.
when that woman turns up to be pregnant.
one
Just a moment. I'm just trying to understand, sir. So while you had lots of muta marriages, you can't even remember the numbers. Can you tell me, in 1 week, how many muta husbands that woman can have in 1 week?
Okay, basically the woman, if she has a muta husband and they break up, yeah, she has
Not to break up when their contracts finishes, because
she's only allowed
you say.
one. She's only allowed one
So
husband.
she's allowed one, but you had lots of how many
I'm
can you
allowed
have?
unlimited.
Unlimited.
There is no, for muta, there is no limit. Permanent marriage is 4. Muta, there's no limit.
It's so sad.
No, it's not.
Permanent marriage is only for
You're
wives.
smiling. You know, your smile already tells me that you know deep down in your heart, God has given you a conscience. It doesn't matter what you do with it. He's given you a conscience. Deep down, you know this is wrong.
No, the reason
You're
why I
smiling
smile,
and
the reason why I smile,
doesn't
because
matter.
one of the signs of
guilty smile.
one of the signs of the believer is to smile. That's one of the signs of a believer.
But if you see something
No,
is wrong and ugly,
So if an atheist
and you
smiles, you're a
think
believer.
so, if you think something is wrong and ugly, and went under the title of marriage, which is actually prostitution.
No, it's not prostitution.
It,
because when
so what is the
prostitution-
difference between prostitution and the marriage?
When you go with a prostitute, do you remember God? Do you say God's name? Do you say the words?
I'm not
If
sure.
someone remembers God,
Sorry.
why they have, if they say God's name, why they having sex with a prostitute? Is it no longer prostitution?
If someone saw a prostitute, for example, according to some scholars, I'm going to say because they differ on this. The Shia scholars, sorry, I never talk. I mean, like, just, the Shia scholars, they differ on this the prostitution. Some Shia scholars say you can do muta with a prostitute. Some of them say you're not allowed to.
So since the prostitution is allowed, since the prostitution is allowed in Islam, sorry,
No.
sorry,
You're
my
allowed to
brain,
marry-
just
you're
one, my
one
brain
second.
doesn't get it.
You're
Sorry,
allowed
I need to
to
break it
marry-
down.
Prostitute.
A prostitute in muta marriage, according to some scholars, not all of them.
So you're paying a prostitute for sex?
No, basically.
Yeah, so you before you have a sex, you just say like,
Let me
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Let me explain to you. No.
Sir,
Let
what
me
was your
explain to
name?
you. Can I
What was
say?
your name?
Under the umbrella of Allah.
Modin. So
me
before, just a moment, I just need to break it down. So, okay, so differences between muta marriage and between the prostitution. So both of them are being paid, and both of them are for the certain amount. So one of your temporary marriage was less than a day, and then you pay the chocolate. All the difference is before you take off your clothes and have a sex with the woman, you say, Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What do you say?
You say so. All right. First of all,
What do you say?
before you do that, you have to make sure she's not married. Like, she has to be not married. And single. She has to be single. You say to her, so.
But doesn't matter if you are single or not. She has to be
Yeah, she
single.
has to be
So
single.
men can be married and then have lots
No.
of other muta.
If hold on, if he's married to
He
a
can do
Muslim
muta.
woman, if he's married, yeah,
You can do a muta.
to a Muslim woman, and he wants to do muta with a Christian woman, for example,
It doesn't matter any woman.
or
He can do
Jewish
muta.
woman, or
Christian
no.
woman will never do
Listen,
the muta.
listen. No,
That's a
listen.
good point.
Let
Exactly.
me
No,
tell
no
you.
Christian woman.
Christian woman
Christian, Jewish,
will
or Muslim.
never do the
I'm not-
and the
muta.
Muslim
There is
man-
no place for that in the Bible.
Can he marry someone else?
Yes, a Muslim
But
man.
he's already married.
A Muslim man, yes.
Yeah.
A Muslim man
So what do
can
you
marry.
call that?
Let me tell you, a Muslim man can marry muta marriage with a Christian, Jewish, and a Muslim. 3.
Okay. I understand that.
I'm
part.
not trying to say that. I'm just saying.
So, if that is not prostitution, what is
Well,
it?
let me.
You're already married.
All right. Let me explain.
Yeah, I'm allowing you. Go on.
When you get married, what's the difference between fornication and marriage? What's the difference? You tell me.
So under the temporary marriage,
Yeah.
there is not much difference according to you. So I need to. So I'm just trying to break it
But you're
down.
not answering
Sir,
my question.
I'm trying to break it down. You said
but answer it. Okay.
difference between the prostitution
No.
and temporary marriage.
I said no. Come on.
Yes.
Be
Sir,
fair. I said what's
you
the difference
said-
between fornication and marriage? That's what I said.
Just a moment, you are not listening.
No, but
That was half of my sentence. You said between prostitution and temporary marriage, one of them starts with the name of Allah. So my question was to you.
Yeah.
What do you say when you saw, what does your mother would say, just a moment,
You
just a
never
moment.
answered my question.
Sir, just a moment.
You never answered my question.
Just a moment, just a moment.
No,
What
one
would
second,
your
hold on, what would your
what
mother
would your mother say?
Hold on, don't bring
When
mothers.
your mother, sir, control yourself.
No.
I am curious to know
Can I say-
when
so-
you have the temporary marriage, if
There's nothing wrong with I want to do muta with you because it's
there is no something wrong with that, because it is no place in Christian
I can give you
scripture.
a present now, and I give you a muta. I can do a muta with you right now. I can give you a perfume.
Mo, don't get excited.
No, I can give you a perfume.
Now you got a crowd.
No,
Don't
I'm
get
just saying I
excited.
can give you a present.
You all come one by
I can
one.
give you my British passport.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I can give you anything you
Sir,
want.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. So when you say, you cannot say that to the Christian woman,
What do you mean?
because
What's
there
it
is
got to
no
do with
place,
Christian or Muslim?
there is no place in Christian scripture that
hold on.
we marry temporary for 3 hours. There is no place for that.
nothing like
So, now, let me ask my question.
I'm
When
gonna marry
you,
you for 1 year for £1,000. Yalla.
so
Do you
when
accept? Do you accept the marriage?
sir,
I'm gonna
when
marry you for 1 year.
Can
for
I
£1,000.
respond?
Yalla.
Can I respond to
Bismillah.
that proposal?
Listen to Allah.
Is it that-
Let me respond. Let me respond.
That's for you. That's for you.
Hey, is it that difficult to get a wife?
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Is
gonna
it that
get. This is her dowry. This is her dowry. This is her dowry.
That's not the dowry.
Why do you find it hard?
Watch out, watch out, watch out, sir, watch out.
Keep your money to
So
yourself.
that is not the dowry, that is the wages you pay to her for the sexual intercourse you are gonna have with her. So my question was very simple. While
No. What my question to
Sir,
you was?
you
what's the
haven't
No. You didn't answer my question. I said, what's the difference between fornication and marriage? Answer me this right now. If you don't answer me, then you have failed as in life. Yalla. Bismillah. No.
Failed in life.
What's the difference? I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Between fornication and marriage.
We've been
Yalla,
answering that.
Answer me this.
marriage takes place between one husband and one wife until death part them. That it is. As soon as you sleep with someone,
That's not a good
or
explanation.
you pay to someone for
Hold
the
on.
sex, that is fornication. It is sin. It's a repentance.
Are you allowed to divorce?
I haven't finished.
Okay.
I haven't finished. So my
She
question.
answered the question, yeah?
Okay,
So now question for question.
Yeah, so now her question.
Now answer her question.
A
So
woman-
my question to you-
chops off her man's penis when he's sleeping.
Why are you
Love
going
her
somewhere
cuts off
else?
man's penis with garden shit. Hey.
My question is very simple.
No, look.
Sir, I can see you want to bring something to the crowd who is watching you.
I'm gonna cover her face because it's haram.
Can you
to
answer
show-
the question
It's
now?
haram to show a woman without her hijab. Yalla, I'm gonna cover her face. This woman.
Did
she
you
chopped
hear
off her
that
man's penis
carefully?
when he was sleeping.
It is haram
Is this haram
to
or
show
halal?
the woman
Is this haram or
without the
halal?
covering. But it is okay to pay for the sex.
Okay, when you get married in the
and
church.
even for less than a day.
When you get married in the church.
Sir, my
I'm asking
question,
you a
can
question.
can I ask
Question
my
for
question?
Yeah, go on, question. Yeah.
Can you bring
Answer the
your
question.
manners together? So, can you please respond to me?
Yeah.
Okay. When your mom,
Listen, first of all, yeah. No.
Why are you answering? Why are you so emotional?
What do you mean that's because
Why are you so emotional?
No, listen, what's it?
Calm down.
Let me say something.
No,
Why
calm
you bring-
down.
Let me ask you a question.
No. We answered your question already.
Moms and dads involved.
No,
I didn't bring your
Let me
mom or your
respond.
dad.
Let me respond. Listen, I feel.
Her question. Let us ask you her question.
How about, no, ask a question.
simple.
Let me ask a
And then you
question.
can
Did I bring anyone's moms or dads
Just
involved?
listen to the question
No, that's right. No, I don't like that.
Listen to the
No,
question.
say when your mom. Say when your mom got it, and then I'll say. No, your mom.
I am trying to ask very simple question.
When you go to the church.
And I am very disappointed
Listen, first
that
of all,
Muslim
I love Christians.
who thinks
Wallahi, I don't
women
do
are
that.
object they
Wallahi,
can buy
wallahi,
doesn't even want me to speak. I think that's very sad. So my question is very simple.
Do you want to hear a question?
No, who loves Jesus more?
Mo.
Who loves Jesus more?
Mo,
Yeah.
listen to the question.
Wallahi, I love Jesus more than her.
Okay,
Wallahi,
okay.
billahi.
That's not the question.
Jesus, when he comes back.
No, that's not the question.
What's the question?
I go to church.
What's the question?
In the church, there's nothing like this. In the church, there's nothing like this. In the church, there's nothing like this.
Why
I
you-
swear
why
to
you
God.
show- but why you-
Go to the church over there.
Trying to entertain
I'll take you right now. I'm not entertaining.
Yeah, you're
The
trying to
church, they're the
entertain.
most humble people. The priest.
Mo.
Why does the priest wear black?
Mo.
Because he's sad for Jesus. Are you sad for Jesus?
Mo.
Why does the priest
Why does the priest?
Are you a crowd pleaser?
No. I'm asking you a question.
wanna please the
No,
crowd,
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
So,
We answered your
I
question.
have an issue.
Listen to our question.
But no, don't
I
bring
have
mums.
an issue.
Don't bring mums. Don't bring
And
mums.
I am very disappointed that Muslim
No.
freaks out even the question before comes out.
Listen, no.
So, I want to know,
No.
sir, control yourself.
Atun,
Sir,
I told you.
don't play
I
that
don't mind
game
you
with
ask
me.
any question,
I
but
want
don't
to
be
know
personal. Don't be personal.
when you say to the woman, when you say to the woman that I want to have a sex with you for 3 hours and I'm gonna pay a chocolate to you or I'm gonna pay £1,000 to you, which you did in your life and you can't even remember. So I want you to tell me when your mom does that,
No, your
what
mom,
is
your
the
mom,
prayer
your mom,
that she does in the name of Allah?
Listen, first of all,
What's the prayer?
your mom,
What
first of all,
does she
What
say
your mom does
to
it?
them
What is the
in the
prayer?
name of Allah?
What is the prayer?
One second. First of all, my parents, they married a permanent marriage, yeah? I'm the
So
one.
how many times your father had a muta marriage?
If they do it,
How many times did your father had a muta marriage?
Just
as an
saying,
example.
some people, they can choose to do permanent marriage. Some people can choose to do temporary marriage.
Or both. You
I
did
do
both.
I do both.
So-
I do both, and don't tell, and listen, I'm not going to say I did it with your mom, but I'm going to say to you that I did it with a lot of people that were good people, and we agreed, we remembered God, we done this.
So my question is, how did you remember the God? So,
Should I tell you how to remember God? Okay. Let me answer you.
Sir, just a moment. Look, just a moment. So, you said to the, can we have some example as a Muslim woman?
No.
I can't see a
I done it
Muslim.
with- No.
Okay, there is a Muslim
No,
woman as
forget.
example. Just a moment.
Go on.
I want to understand. So you went to her and then you said, I want to have a muta marriage from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I'm going to have the temporary marriage with you from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock and I'm going to give you chocolate for that. Okay? And then you said, she said, oh, my love, that's what I was waiting for. Let's go for it. It is 5 minutes to 2. Your marriage is starting now. You took off your clothes. She took off her clothes. When does Allah comes to your mind, sir? How does that link with Allah?
Let me answer you. First
Yes.
of all, as a Christian people, I respect them and I love them. And one second, let me answer you. The Christian people, a lot of them are fornicating today. 90% of Christians are not being religious. They're fornicating. They're doing illegal intercourse. No, let me answer the question. They're doing illegal intercourse. They're having sex before marriage. You know this, yeah? There's only a little bit of marriage today, yeah? Now these people, why are they doing this? Because people are making marriage hard. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, there is when you want to get married, there's rules. You can't do it with anyone. First of all, one of the rules is that the woman must be independent. She's not like she's like you. You're independent. I can do mut'a with you, for example. Yeah, you have to be independent. She has to be like Christian, Muslim, or Jewish. One of the three. She has to be people of the book. Second of all, she must when you do mut'a marriage, she must not have a husband. She must be single. Yeah. If she is single, then what you have to do, you have to say to her some words in Arabic. You say, she says to you words in Arabic.
What are those words?
The words are, I marry myself to you for a dowry of, you can, it's up to you, it could be £1 million, £1,000,
Chocolate,
a ring,
yeah.
it could be anything. For a dowry, and if it's permanent marriage, then that's it. That's what she says. I marry you for a dowry, then she becomes your wife. Okay. But if it is temporary marriage, she mentions the time period. Now, the reason why there's temporary marriage and there's permanent marriage is because some people cannot get married temporary.
That wasn't my question.
Hold on.
Just a moment.
So God,
Sir, that wasn't my question. And I am very disappointed that you failed to respond to very simple question. So, let me just clarify a couple of things what you said. There is no place, zero place, even minus numbers. There is no place in Christian scripture. Something called muta marriage.
None.
There is no. So therefore, you will never be able to. Therefore, you will never be able to have a muta marriage or temporary marriage with a Christian woman.
Yeah.
So listen. I haven't finished.
It's 3 months.
Bring your ears.
What's the 3 months?
Take off your idol. Take off your glasses. Listen. So that's my first point. There is no place scripture, you can do the so. If Allah tells you while you are married, your wives, not even wife, your wives are waiting you at home, you can go and have sex with strangers on the money with a certain time. Allah fails to express who are those people. So listen.
They have to be people of the book. They have to be people of the book.
Where does it say it is the people of the book?
Okay. In the
People
Quran,
of
it
the
says
book.
you cannot
Allah
marry-
should know much better than everyone. People of the book's place. There is no place in the people's of books book that Christians can do such a thing.
Okay, go on.
It is
Are you seeing,
prostitution.
are you seeing the Christians today?
Sir,
Are you seeing
that's
the
not
Christians
my
today?
question.
Are they all
That's
married?
not my question.
Okay, what she's trying to say.
Where is your ears?
What?
I don't want you to tell me what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Answer my simple
If I married
question.
you now, would I give you
Sir.
money or what do you want? If you're gonna get married now, what do you want as a present? What do you want? A ring? Do you want money? What?
When you get it.
What do you want? What do you want
When
as
you
a
get
present?
it.
When you
you
go,
gotta
no,
understand.
no.
getting
She's
So
trying to
is
say,
this the
why
bargain
are you
you
giving a
make
dowry?
with a woman?
paying for the
That's not
sex
what
with
I'm
the
saying.
Why-
Dowry
when
is
you get
different.
married, why do you buy a ring?
know dowry.
Why do I give you a ring?
Dowry is different.
What is different? It's the same thing.
So
If I
dowry
give you a ring-
is you pay that I own your private
No,
part.
so when you
That
get married-
it is. That is dowry.
So when I marry you in the church,
I am asking.
when I marry you in the church,
Sir,
when I
you
marry
are
you,
a Muslim.
when I marry you in the
cannot
church,
marry with a
when I
Christian
marry you in the
woman.
church, when I marry you in the church and I give you this ring, is this prostitution? If I marry you in the church in the public
Let me respond.
and I
Let me
give you this
respond.
ring,
Let me
and I
respond.
give you this ring,
Let me
is
respond.
it prostitution?
I'm gonna respond.
Yes or no?
Let
No,
me
don't
respond.
respond.
So-
Yes or no? Yes or no?
I'm responding.
Okay.
Listen. Open your ears. Open your ears.
And a
Open your
honeymoon
ears.
as well, we have it in Soho. We
Open
have a
your
honeymoon.
ears.
Yeah.
So, Godwin, when you married in front of the witnesses,
Yes or no?
did you pay?
Yes or
When
no?
you give the ring to your wife,
Yes or
did
no?
you pay? That ring is for me to have sex with you and
when I
the
go to the
pleasure
church-
you need to
when
give
I
it to
go
me.
to the
No,
church-
that
when I
ring
go to
was
the
the
church-
covenant.
When I go to the church and I give you a ring, this is prostitution?
You are not
Is this what
listening.
you're saying?
Where are your
Okay, it's a
ears?
commitment.
I
Okay,
know
it's a commitment.
Muslims
That's a
leave
commitment
their
as well.
friends
Hold
at
on, hold on.
home.
Your commitment is for sex.
No, hold on. Hold on.
pay for
Hold on.
sex.
Hold on.
You're paying
Let
for
me
sex.
answer your
You're paying
question.
for
How do you know
prostitution.
what's in my heart?
No, but do you pay for sex?
No, so what?
talking about your heart.
According
What
to-
if I do
according
more
to-
time and I don't have sex?
Do you have?
Okay, what if I...
No sex.
Yeah, what if I do? I
No,
can't. Yes, I
no, you
can.
can't. You can't.
Yes,
Show
you
me.
can.
Show me from the Quran. What it says, for the sexual pleasure you receive, you pay them their wages. For the sexual pleasure you receive, you pay them their wages.
تعال هنا قل لها.
Is there anyone else believes this is ugly? Is there anyone else thinks this is very, very bad? Or is it just me who thinks this is very bad?
وهي اكبر حماره دي الكلبه دي.
And you, what are you?
You liar.
And you?
You rubbish women.
Do you think I am Muhammad? Last time when I checked, I wasn't Muhammad. Therefore, I am not a liar. It is Muhammad who is liar.
الله لا إله إلا الله
لا اله الا الله.
لا إله إلا الله
لا اله الا الله.
لا إله إلا الله.
Finished? Have you finished?
Go night club.
Okay.
No, we finished. We finished. We finished with Allah
لا
now.
اله الا الله.
So,
لا إله إلا الله.
لا اله الا الله.
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 لا إله إلا الله.
Yeah, even the Muslim brothers.
have you finished?
Okay.
So, now we are,
No, no.
now what we hear is Allah al-Askar. Allah is so little,
No.
one is able to
You are not a
defend
Christian.
Allah.
You are not a
No,
Christian.
Let me break it down.
Jesus is not happy.
All Muslims love Jesus.
All Muslims love Jesus, yeah?
Muslims are antichrist.
All Muslims love Jesus.
You're lying. Why
والله
don't you worship
والله
Jesus?
يا رابس. والله
I'll take that as a compliment.
والله
Thank
يا
you.
رابس.
Yes, I am rubbish.
Open يا donkey.
All I am doing is I am asking the questions about the Quran, and then Islam becomes rubbish.
Why don't you? No.
So,
Why are you,
so
first of all,
my
why are you
questions
full of...
fail to be answered
Okay,
by you.
So if I marry you, does that mean you're a prostitute? If I marry you, does that mean you're a prostitute? Answer the question, yes or no.
I
That's her dowry. That's her dowry.
But you're paying for the sex.
No,
paying for the
You're
sex.
paying for the sex. You
No.
desire.
That's called prostitution.
So when you go to church,
Don't try and bless
when you go to church, when you go
Yes
to
or
church,
no? Are you paying for sex? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, you are.
Why you
You're paying for
the
sex. You
marriage?
desire.
What marriage?
What marriage?
What marriage?
One second.
That's what
The 3 nights.
it's
No.
The 3 nights.
That's it.
No,
The 3 nights.
No, you don't.
That's what you have.
For 3 hours.
What? 100
9
years? No, it could be 100
2
years.
minutes. How long do you last? How long do you last? 2 minutes.
No, one second.
You pay for 2
Let me
minutes.
explain.
That's my point.
Let me explain.
That's Islam.
Let me explain to you.
That's Islam.
Let me explain to you.
Yes, there you go.
First
There's
of
no
all,
more to explain.
what?
First of
Explain from the
all,
hadith.
let me explain.
Explain from the
Why are you
hadith.
explaining?
First of all,
You keep
let me
explaining.
explain.
Can I ask
So
you?
what is your, one second.
Can I ask you a
When I give her a
question?
present, I give her a ring, this is for her to be my wife. Maybe for 100
For
years she's
sexual
gonna be
pleasure.
No, she's
What
gonna be
about
my
that?
wife. Nothing to do with sex.
So Mo, the
She's
ones
gonna be my
you
wife.
had muta, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have sex with all of them?
No, I was just kissing some of them. Some of them I
You
was
had
holding their
sex
hand.
with them?
No, some of them I was holding their hand.
Mo, stop lying. Stop lying, Mo.
Let me ask you a question.
We're paying for the marriage.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
It's take over.
Sir, can I ask you some questions?
Go ahead.
How many times did you have muta marriage?
How many times can you?
Did you?
Me personally?
Did you have muta marriage?
Why would I tell you that?
Why not? He is able to tell me that. I want to know how faithful are you? Are you faithful to Muslims?
Have you had muta marriage?
Excuse me.
Have you had muta marriage?
Yes or no?
No. If you want to get into personal life dealings, no. What I'm saying is, then we can go to your part. But let's keep it unprofessional. No. I don't want to know about what you do, whether good or bad. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, we can get into whether it's halal or haram, lawful or unlawful, whether it's good or bad, righteous or unrighteous. You get what I'm saying? That's fair.
My question was very simple. Do you want to tell us how many times did you have temporary marriage?
Sorry?